Good evening, everybody. Welcome to AFR Monday Night Tights. I'm your host, Steve Tower, and we have what should be an exciting show tonight. It's going to feature several tag matches between some of our favorite or perhaps least favorite wrestlers. And our main event tonight is actually going to be a grudge cage match between fan favorite Mark Russell and the Big Time. So this is a rematch from last week, and it saw perhaps one of the most shocking turn of events that has happened in the WAF, where Mark's manager, Deb Russell, decided in mid-match to change sides, and so tonight she will actually be at ringside with Mark's opponent, rather, the Big Time, and so because of the gravitas of that match, that will be our main event. We have a couple of other tag team matches, including the committee will be in action tonight, which right now the committee only is comprised of the leader Zed Greupthinck and the expatriate Sean Banner. So that will be our second to last main event. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Monday Night Tights. And just before we get going, I have to welcome Bernie Santucci, who just before the show went on air became a member of the channel. So thank you so much, Bernie, for joining us. And everyone stay tuned to the news tomorrow, because Bernie is now the 10th paying member of the channel, and I made a promise that I would eat a particularly old piece of bubblegum when we reach 10. So that'll be a special main event for for tomorrow night's news. But for now, let's head on down to ringside for Monday Night Tights. All right, so here we are at ringside. Our opening match tonight is the result of something that happened last week. We are going to have the British Invasion, and they will be facing off against a makeshift team of Adam 10-8 and the PGA Tour, Paul Gregory Allison. So Paul Gregory Allison is now the manager of the Cleveland Rockers, and the Cleveland Rockers had a good match last week. They were able to win their match, but then against the Apocalypse, but then they got beaten down at the end of the match, and unfortunately they are going to be out of action this week and next week. However, time still marches on, and there is going to be a tag team title match in at the end of the month at our Reign of Destruction pay-per-view event. And so next week we will have teams compete for the #1 contender match to challenge the tag team champions. So this is sort of a semi-final qualifying match to get into that. And so because the Cleveland Rockers are injured, the PGA Tour recruited Adam 10-8 to be his tag team partner, and they will be going up against the British Invasion. And then if they win, they'll get to fight next week against as yet unnamed opponent. And then if they are able to win that, then the Cleveland Rockers would be able to get the title shot. So that's the lead up to our starting match here. And King Ned is now the manager for the British Invasion. He came at the end of their match last week, said that he liked what they were doing and wants to guide them to title glory. So, all right. And also, just before I get started, for anybody that is watching that is new to Monday Night Tights, just a quick word about the app that I'm using. So the screen that you see in the, well, I guess to my right here. Whoop, there we go. Live TV. This is a website that is done by a fan of the channel and a fan of the game. It's available for anyone to use, and what he's done, he has digitized the what would normally be the match cards and put it into this app, and then he has added on some additional things like the referees, and then there's also some cards that are not included in the base game. So some of the things that you will see are fan-made cards that are in there that do not come with the regular game, but they still work in the same spirit of the Face to the Mat game. So, all right, that is all for the lead up. Let's get this show on the road. So we will have our pre-match roll. See if anything happens beforehand. We're gonna go to highlight reel O. And let's see, 25 on highlight reel O. Underdog wrestler is angered during TV interview by interruption from opponent. Increases grudge grade by 2 points. So the British Invasion, they're trying to make a name for themselves, and they're not happy with how they are being treated. So Bad News Barry, his grudge grade is going to go to 8, and William Royal will go up to a 6. So anytime there is a grudge, it will most likely go in the favor of the British Invasion. Paul Gregory Allison does have a grudge grade of 7, so he will, if he's ever paired off against William Royal, he will win on that. So, but Paul Gregory Allison is a semi-retired wrestler, so probably Adam 10-8 is going to be carrying most of the load for this matchup. He will start in the ring, and he'll pair off against the Bad News Barry. So here we go for the right to be in a #1 contender match next week. Let's get it on. All right, so, oh, and right away we're going to go to a helped. Let's see, so they are both helped, but because we're in a tag team match, and they're both tied right now, so it'll go to the team of Adam 10-8 and PGA Tour. Let's see what happens. 44. We're going to go to highlight reel N. 14. The manager dupes opponent into leaving ring. Counted out. Wrestler awarded decision. Well, there we go. So the PGA Tour says that maybe I'm not as strong and fast as I used to be, but I'm smarter than these young whippersnappers. So he just tricked Bad News Barry into leaving the ring. And then Bad News Barry is going to get counted out, and Adam 10-8 and PGA Tour are declared the winners. All right, so there we go. PGA Tour, he says, work smarter, not harder. Oh, that's great. All right, let's go to the post-match and see what happens. We're going to go to highlight reel X. And 12 on Highlight Reel X. The winning wrestler, trash, let's see, winning wrestler talks trash, increase the wrestler's grudge grade by 1 point. So Adam 10-8 and PGA Tour say that nobody thought this makeshift team was gonna win. Oh boy. Well, there we go. So sometimes matches like that will happen really fast. Okay, so the first match is out of the way. Our next matchup, another tag team match. This is going to be between a new group. They were a tag team, the team of the Wilds, Vinny Crespino, the Screaming Eagle, and the Scrapyard Mongrel. But they were joined last week by Bray Watts, and they have now become the Wild Bunch. So he is managing this young team, and we'll see how they do tonight. They will be going up against the team, two older wrestlers that don't get a lot of screen time anymore. Cell Phone Greg Malone and Sherman Finkelstein, the Wrestling Rabbi, will be making a rare appearance in the ring. So let's see how these two teams do. We will reset this, and let's see if anything happens pre-match. Highlight Reel O again. 42 on Highlight Reel O. Let's see, 42. Ally of the favored wrestler, ticked off by TV announcer comments, increased grudge grade by 1 point. All right, so I'm here at ringside with my play-by-play commentator Keith, and we had some unsavory comments about Bray Watts, and he took some umbrage to that, and he is a little on edge because of it. So all right, so here we go. The Scrapyard Mongrel will start out in the ring against Cell Phone Greg Malone, and let's see, our referee for this match is going to be Joe Mason, so he'll call things right down the middle. All right, here we go. Bell rings, and we are underway. Let's see. Both wrestlers fall outside the ring. Roll 1d6 for both wrestlers. Let's see. Oh, well, they're both at the very start, so nothing will happen there. It'll spill outside. They both exchange some blows and then get back in the ring. All right, and that is a card that is not in the normal set of cards for the team, or for the game. That's one that was added by the designer of this app. All right, let's see. Agile. Let's see. That's going to go to the Scrapyard Mongrel. So he's going to land a quick maneuver for 2 points. He gets the first points of the game here. No tag. They'll both stay in the ring. All right, let's see. Is the control wrestler powerful? He is not. But his opponent is not mean either, so nothing happening there. All right, we'll go to TV move. Well, this is going to go to Greg Malone. He'll hit a... I just realized that I'm cutting off the bottom. There we go. All right. Oh, so he gets him in a front face lock. Takes control. Does not score any points, though. Let's see. And he's going to tag in his partner. So here we go. Sherman Finkelstein, the wrestling rabbi, comes into the ring. Let's see. Mean. Neither of them are mean. All right, so we'll go to the next one. TV move. Well, they both have a D, but the rabbi is trailing, so he's going to hit it. Let's see. Oh, well, he's going to go for a jumping head scissors, but it is reversed. So he would lose 2 points, but he doesn't have any points to lose, so we'll give the 2 points to the Scrapyard Mongrel. Whoop. And let's see. No tags. They'll both stay in the ring. Powerful. Neither of them powerful. Let's see. The Wrestling Rabbi. Oh, yeah, he has the heavy trait. He's 300 pounds to the 220-pound Scrapyard Mongrel. So Scrapyard Mongrel goes for a cross body block. Wrestling Rabbi grabs him, spins him into a belly-to-belly suplex for 2 points. And let's see. Oh, But Scrapyard Mongrel's able to bounce up, get a hot tag, and the Screaming Eagle comes in and drop kicks the Rabbi down to the mat. Let's see, Smart. Oh, that's going to go to the Rabbi again. Let's see. He'll use his head for 2 points. And Favorite. Ooh, neither of them have the Favorite quality. Okay. Grudge. Well, that's going to go to the Screaming Eagle. He'll string together a couple of moves. 2 points. And let's see. Oh, and he's going to tag in Scrapyard Mongrel. They'll whip the Wrestling Rabbi into the ropes and then hit a double drop kick to score an extra point. So the Wild Bunch in control here. TV move. Let's see. They're both tied. Well, they both have a D, so it's going to be 0 points. Let's see. Neither of them are favorite. Oh, crowd's starting to get restless. Oh. Now Scrapyard Mongrel's going to use his agility. Oh, hit a Tilt-A-Whirl Gutbuster drop for 2 points. And the Wild Bunch looking good. Oh, except the Wrestling Rabbi backs up and Greg Malone gets a hot tag in and drops the Scrapyard Mongrel with a stiff right hand. Let's see, helped. Well, they are both helped because we're in a tag match. We'll go to the trailing team, so he's going to be helped by his mate. And we got a 22. We'll go to highlight reel N. Let's see, 64. The face and heel switch roles. The manager or mate choice to switch roles too, or cut ties with wrestler. Oh no! So Greg Malone. I guess he's going to be on his own because there's no way that the Wrestling Rabbi would turn heel. So this is going to be a 2-on-1 match as the Wrestling Rabbi has a disagreement with Greg Malone. So he is going to he's going to be called from the ring and work his way into the back. And so now Greg Malone in there by himself. All right, let's go to the next one. Cheat. Neither of them have the cheat quality. Again, neither of them have the cheat quality. So crowd getting restless. Oh, Greg Malone's going to win this one. All right. Oh, so he's going to pick up Scrapyard Mongrel and hold him in a big bear hug for 3 points. And let's see if no tag. Strong. Scrapyard Mongrel does have it, but only when he's on a square. So nothing going here. We're going to go to highlight reel B. All right, let's see. Signature. Oh, or whoops, I meant to roll a dice. 22. Oh, go to highlight reel D. 51. Trailing wrestler gets help from a celebrity who makes an inspiring speech. Increase the wrestler's TV grade by 1 letter. Oh my. All right, let's see. Who do we have in the audience tonight? Let's see. I see Ash Pete in there, so he's going to cheer on Greg Malone. And so Greg Malone's TV grade is actually going to increase to a B. All right, so now we go to the next card, and it's going to be the signature. So whoever hits the next move, they're going to hit their signature, and it's going to double in points. All right, so let's see. Oh, and unfortunately for Greg Malone, it's going to go to the Scrapyard Mongrel. He's going to hit his dog pound, which is a diving hurricanrana. So it would normally be 2 points, but in this case, it's going to be 4 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's going to get Greg Malone in a pinfall. So now he has a TV grade of B, so 26 or less, and he will kick out. 1, 2, and oh, and right there, 2. He manages to kick out. Let's see if, well, that would be a hot tag for his partner to come in, but he no longer has a partner, so we'll go to the next fact here. Let's see, mean. Neither of them are mean. Oh, neither mean. Let's see, strong and agile. Oh, that's going to go to the Scrapyard Mongrel. Oh, wrestler stuns opponent and then executes a belly-to-belly suplex from the top rope for 4 points. Oh, so he's going to set him up for his finisher, the mongrel go round, a diving somersault seated senton. So he climbs back up to the top rope, and oh, and he misses it. He missed it. Oh boy. All right, but so now Greg Malone will be fatigued. So for the purposes of a pinfall, his TV grade will be a C. And the match continues. Let's see, Smart. Oh, neither of them are going to get it. Let's see, helped. Well, now it's only the Wild, so he's actually going to be helped. Well, we'll go to helped. Well, why don't we go to help G, because now they are essentially a group, since there's 3 of them. All right, let's see. So 53. Gang member unintentionally interferes with wrestler's effort. Opponent scores D6 points. Oh no! So Bray Watts tries to interfere, and instead, he ends up getting Scrapyard Mongrel attacked by Greg Malone. Let's see, for 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here comes Greg Malone. Oh, we're gonna go to the wild card. All right, so wild card for a tag match. 51. Is the wrestler powerful? He is not. So opponent scores 1 point with an armpit stuff. Ooh, that does not sound pleasant. All right, Greg Malone still in control. TV move. Well, now that's going to go to him. Let's see. So it's a powerbomb bulldog for a point, and so now he's going to roll up Scrapyard Mongrel in a pin. Let's see, 1, 2, and 3. So Greg Malone has his partner walk out on him, but then fights back. He manages to avoid the finisher by Scrapyard Mongrel, and he is going to pick up the 1-on-3 victory. Oh my! All right. So there we go. He got the nice little boost from Ash Pete and picks up an impressive victory. So, and a question from Ash Pete. Yes, so I should have mentioned this before. This is also another house rule that I use that I find works really well. So what I do is I put a marker on the first 2 pin spots, and so what happens is once a wrestler reaches those, they just act as a normal square space until they try to attempt their finisher. And if they miss it, then this becomes a fatigue token. You take it off, put it on the opposing wrestler, and he's now fatigued, so he's more apt to be pinned. And then if he worked his way up to that spot again, then it would be a pin. It was a way some players had noticed that a lot of matches weren't going all the way to a finisher, and so that's just kind of an easy way to make sure that you get more chances for a finisher to happen. All right, so let me make a note that cell phone Greg Malone has turned heel, and an impressive victory here tonight. Let's see what happens in the post match. We're gonna go to highlight reel X and 41 on highlight reel X. Let's see. The ally of the winning wrestler is angered by snub. Increase the ally's grudge grade by 2 points. Well, so I guess we'll get to discover who Greg Malone's ally is, since he's kind of a man without a cause. So let's go through our stack of wrestlers, and let's see, who could cell phone Malone team up with? Somebody that we haven't seen in a while, maybe. That could use a little push. Oh yeah, hey, there we go. He's going to team up with Owen Barney Jr., otherwise known as Trash Can Epic. Let's see. So what was that, a 41? So all right. So Trash Can Epic and Greg Malone join forces, and but Greg Malone, you got to think maybe he's gonna try to get himself involved in a title chase here on the show next week. Maybe he'll demand a chance to get out a title next week on the show. And meanwhile, the Wild Bunch will go back to the drawing board as they try to regroup and get a win under their under their new banner. All right, so next up, we are going to have a tag team match between John Kent and Biff Barona, a couple of Massachusetts wrestlers, and they will be taking on the team of Jimmy Venturi and the Head Trip. So John Kent has become famous or infamous at the last month's pay-per-view. He had a title shot against Triple G for the U.S. Championship, and he lost. It was a very good match, and then at the end of the match, Biff Barona came out, and they both had a beatdown, and so Triple G has not been seen since. He is still injured. Hopefully we will see him next week, which will be our last show before the Reign of Destruction pay-per-view event. But you got to figure that John Kent wants another shot at that U.S. Championship. But tonight he'll be in tag team competition with his partner in crime here, Biff Barona. All right, so here we go. Let's see if anything happens in the pre-match. We are going to go to Highlight Reel R for this one. 22 on Highlight Reel R says to go to Highlight Reel S. 65. Let's see. The face and the face foe make a secret agreement. If the face wins, the foe becomes an ally. Huh. All right. Let's see. So again, these are two guys that have not had a lot of screen time, so they don't have a determined foe. But we'll let's see. Where did he go? There we go. Michael Dean Rogan, who we haven't seen a lot of, hailing out of Detroit, Michigan. He says that if these guys win, that he'll team up with them at the end of the match. All right, so here we go. John Kent's going to start off against Jimmy Venturi, and let's see what happens. Our referee for this match is going to be Donald Johnson, who he will favor the wrestler with a higher grudge grade. So anytime that there is a tie, the wrestler with the higher grudge grade will win. So John Kent has a 2, Biff Barona has a 7, Jimmy Venturi has 0, and the Head Trip has 9. Okay, so that'll be interesting. Nice little twist to the match, but here we go. So John Kent, hailing out of West Newbury, Massachusetts. He'll start things off against Jimmy Venturi out of Hollywood, California. And the bell rings, and we are underway. All right, so right away, Mean. And the wrestler is not mean. However, his opponent does have the favorite quality. So Jimmy Venturi hits a, let's see, a short arm shoulder tackle. And then he will tag in the Head Trip. Leonidas McCown, former championship contender, trying to work his way back up the ranks. Let's see, quick. Neither wrestler is going to get it. He does have the quick quality, but only when he's on a square. So we'll go to the next. And grudge. Well, there we go. The Head Trip with a grudge grade of 9. Ooh, wow. Locks him up in a cloverleaf leg lock and holds it in for 3 points. So they take a big lead. Let's see if there's any tag. No tag. Both wrestlers stay in the ring. Mean. Oh, that's going to go to the Head Trip. Let's see. So nails opponent with a side kick for a point. Let's see. There's no tag. They both stay in the ring. Favorite. Oh, that's going to go to John Kent. He's the guy that everyone loves to hate. Let's see. So he'll do a fireman's carry into an arm breaker for 2 points. So they get on the board. And then he will tag in Biff Barona. So here we go. The lightest wrestler by far in this match, weighing in at just a scant 200 pounds. So he'll be giving up 130 pounds to the Head Trip. But there we go. He is quick and agile. He's able to counter a move and place opponent in a painful lock. All right, so he gets him into a Boston Crab. Let's see, we're going to roll a D6. And the opponent finally reaches the rope after 2 points, though. All right, so Biff Barona trying to get his team back in. Let's see. Oh, and after the head trip breaks out of the Boston Crab, he's able to just reach out, and here comes Jimmy Venturi on fire, and he'll pick up Biff Barona and hit a big atomic drop on him for another point. Let's go to the next fact. Neither of them have the object quality. Let's see, favorite. That's got to go to Jimmy Venturi. Ooh, hits a suplex bulldog for 2 points. Let's see. Oh, and then they're going to execute a double team maneuver. So they'll pick up the much lighter Biff Barona and hit a double suplex on him for an extra point. Here comes the head trip back in the ring. Let's see. Neither of them have the cheat quality. Powerful. Oh, that's going to go to the head trip. So he'll hit a backdrop fall-away slam for a point. And he'll tag back in Jimmy Venturi. Some good work here by the 2 veteran wrestlers. All right. Oh, we're going to go to highlight reel A. All right, highlight reel A. Let's see what happens. 55. Oh, go to highlight reel D. All right, 24. Uh-oh, wrestler angered by Celebrity 3. Oh, so that's Ash Pete again. Gets Celebrity in a hammerlock before being separated by the referee. Increased the wrestler's grudge grade by 2 points. So Ash Pete making himself known tonight. Let's see. So Biff Barona's grudge grade will go up to 9. And then finally they get some. Donald Johnson gets the action back in the ring, and the match continues. Favorite, that's going to go to Jimmy Venturi again. Let's see. Wrestler attempts a high-risk move on opponent. Uh-oh. Well, he's going for it all. He gets a 3. Oh, slightly off. So he'll get 1 point. And no tag. Oh, boy. Biff Barona desperately needs a tag here. Neither of them have the heavy quality. Let's see. Cheat and smart. No. Uh-oh. Well, crowd getting restless. Oh, but now Jimmy Venturi, powerful, lifts him up, tosses him down. Let's see, no tag. He's feeling like he might have the match in hand. Strong and agile? No. We'll go to the next one. Well, powerful again. So again, he drops Biff Barona to the mat, and he's going to try to hook the leg for a pinfall. Let's see, 1, 2... Oh, and 3. Oh, hey, how about that? So, John Kent got a few moves in at the beginning, but then the weak link, Biff Barona, just got destroyed by the teamwork of Jimmy Venturi and the head trip. So, let's see what happens in the post-match. We will go to highlight reel X. And 22 on highlight reel X. So, we'll go to highlight reel Y. 23. Defeated wrestler gets into a heated on-camera exchange with a winning wrestler. Increase the defeated wrestler's TV grade by 1 letter grade. Well, hey, so Biff Barona a little heated, perhaps being disrespected by his opponents and by his partner. And the crowd kind of likes what they see out of the fiery guy, and so his TV grade goes up to C at the end of it. All right. Oh, and so not unfortunately. So now, Jimmy Venturi and the head trip have a new ally from Michael Dean Rogan. All right, so maybe we will see some more of them next week as well. All right, so we are at what was going to be the main event of the night. But due to a match result last week, we decided to make this the secondary main event, and what a doozy it's going to be. It features the committee, which right now is only comprised of 2 members, and so Zed Greupthinck and the expatriate Sean Banner, they will be taking on the Signal Corps, which is the team of Dolph Signal and Sergeant Slash, and they will now be accompanied to the ring by Alicia Leave, who last week decided she had had enough of Zed Greupthinck's shenanigans. And so once again, Zed Greupthinck found himself scrambling. So this should be a very interesting main event. Zed Greupthinck is our reigning heavyweight champion, who is anything but a fighting champion. He is actually, just last week, he had his first title defense against the Super Stinger, and he had kind of an easy victory in that, but we'll see next week if there is another challenger that rises up to challenge him at the pay-per-view event. So, all right, we are just about ready to go. Let's go to our pre-match rolls and see what happens. We're going to go to Highlight Reel R for the pre-match. Let's see, 63. The face is forced to watch a ridiculous self-serving heel promo. Increase the face grudge grade by 2 points. So Sergeant Slash and Dolph Signal, they're ready to get the match going, but the committee, Zed Greupthinck and Sean Banner, cut an excessively long promo before the match gets going, and so Dolph Signal and Sergeant Slash will have their grudge grade increased by 2 for having to sit through that. We'll see if that has any effect once the match gets going. All right, so here we go. Zed Greupthinck's going to start out in the ring. No, actually, you know what? He's going to let the younger Sean Banner start off. So we'll have Banner against Dolph Signal, and our referee for this match is going to be Mark Riggs. He has a fast count, so it only takes 2 rolls on a pin attempt instead of 3. Okay, oh, that's a new one. So the nice thing about this this app is that the designer is he's constantly going in and tinkering with it, and so sometimes I see things for the first time when I'm doing my show there. So so there we go. Mark Riggs, known for his fast count. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens. And right away, we're going to go to the help. So both of them have it. So we'll go to the favored wrestlers for now, which is the committee. And we'll go to the helped mate chart. Let's see, 55. Oh, we're going to go to Highlight Reel N. 15. Wrestler promptly loses match after getting mate's help. Angered wrestler cuts ties with his mate. So Zed Greupthinck apparently set up Sean Banner because he was not happy with his performance, and strands him in the ring, and Sean Banner gets a double team beatdown by the Signal Corps. And they pin him 1, 2, 3, and Zed Greupthinck just walks away saying that he has had enough of Sean Banner. Wow. So there we go. There's intrigue in the air, and the Signal Corps picks up a nice high-profile victory here. Let's see if anything happens in the pre-match. We're going to go to Highlight Reel X for that. And we're going to go to 14 on Highlight Reel X. Assuming I remember the order of the alphabet. Here we go. 14. The winning wrestler speaks conciliatory words about opponent. Decrease wrestler's grudge grade by 2 points. Well, there we go. So the Signal Corps now have a laugh at the pompous promo that the committee cut beforehand. And they're feeling a little better about themselves as they head into the back, now accompanied by their new manager, Alicia Leave. So there we go. Once again, the committee is down to a committee of 1, and just Zed Greupthinck in control. All right, so so here we go. We're gonna get ready for our main event as the cage is lowered from the rafters. And it's going to be a rematch from last week. Mark Russell, the Canadian Express, taking on Phil Michael White, otherwise known as the Big Time. And the Big Time is going to be accompanied to the ring by Deb Russell, who, in a fascinating turn of events last week, got into an argument with Mark at ringside and decided that she is now going to be the manager for Phil Michael White. All right. So, we'll see what happens with that. If anything, maybe there'll be a reconciliation, or maybe this grudge match will continue right on through the pay-per-view, but let's see what happens in the pre-match. Pre-match, we're going to go to highlight reel O, 41 on highlight reel O. Let's see, the ally of the favored wrestler, angered by perceived snub, increased grudge grade by 2 points. All right, so the ally for Mark Russell normally would be Deb Russell, but in this case it's going to be his former tag team partner, the man, the myth, Dancing Bob Hansen. So Bob Hansen's going to come down ringside and not happy with what's going on to his former tag partner, so his grudge grade is going to be 8. And then, yeah, Bob's going to come over and hang out with Keith and I at ringside. He'll put on his headsets and do a little color commentary with us. So, all right. The cage is down. Both wrestlers are inside, so anything can go in a cage match. Let's see what happens. All right, our referee, it's going to be veteran Joe Mason. Just going to call everything right down the middle. All right, we are underway. Let's see. Oh, no. Right away, we're going to get a help. So that's going to go to the big time. He'll get help from his new manager. Well, maybe he will. Let's see, 32. Wrestler uses specialty for an immediate win. And then the manager gets on the PA microphone and issues a grudge match challenge. Well, there we go. Some matches go on forever, and there's 2 that ended very quickly. So Deb Russell apparently coached up the big time and was able to I don't know, maybe discover tell him a weakness, and but anyways, the big time gets the win, and he'll get a pinfall win here in the cage. So cage match can either win by pinfall or by climbing out of the ring. So it was a grudge match. So unfortunately, Mark's TV grade is going to go down to B, and the big time's TV grade will go up to A. However, there is going to be a grudge match rematch. Maybe next week, or maybe we will save that for the pay-per-view. But you know that there'll be at least something. Maybe Mark will be a guest on the Signal of Truth next week on the show. All right. So there we have it, guys. An interesting match, interesting show. That's one of the things I love about this game, is that you never can tell what's going to happen, and you kind of set the match, or you set things up beforehand, and then before you know it, you've got a whole new storyline happening, and yeah, so there we go. Oh, and I just realized that I've got a wire hanging out in my camera line. There we go. Okay. So tomorrow night we will have the news, and as I said, stay tuned, because we'll have our special 10th member celebration where I will eat a 30-year-old piece of gum. And then next week will be our last Monday Night Tights before the April pay-per-view event, the Reign of Destruction. So it should be interesting. Next week we will have a #1 contender determined for all 3 belts, and all three of the champions will be at least on the show. They might not be in action, but all 3 will be on the show in some capacity. So, all right, that's all for now, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you to all of the members. If you're interested in becoming a member of the channel to help out the show, there is a link down below in the description, or you can simply click on the join button right below the video there, and it'll bring up a prompt and let you know how to get that done. So, all right, guys, until next time, my name's Steve. Get out there, have fun, play games, and I will see you after further review. Have a good night, everybody.